And both teams going through their pregame rituals, getting loose well before we're underway. We're wearing our costumes. We hope you are too. Happy Halloween as 2K Sports presents the NBA. I'm Kevin Harlan along with Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. On the sidelines, it's David Aldridge. And they're dealing with 2 injuries. One of their stars is out. No doubt that'll have an impact on the game.
2 players injured, one of their stars out, something they'll have to dig deep to overcome.
And the starting group for the Spurs. Outside, the wings are Vassell and Barnes. Zohan is the 4 with the lengthy Wembanyama playing the 5. And it's Paul in at the point guard position. And for the Jazz, sharing the wing spot, it's Clarkson and Markkanen. Then there's Walker Kessler. Then it's George, and it's Hendricks in at the 4-man position. Here we go. Halloween night. Great, and this game should be a treat.
Yeah, fun holiday makes for a fun atmosphere. Expect this crowd to be engaged.
Now, here's George. 3-pointer. That shot missing. And it's the Spurs ball. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
And defensively in that one, they needed to come up with big stops to quiet that crowd. And that's obviously easier said than done.
Well, on the road, your defense needs to withstand runs from the other side, and that wasn't the case for them.
Now, here's George following the shot by Chris Paul, and he gets it to go.
And nice touch inside. George can finish from all 3 levels.
And it's Paul with the ball for the Spurs. First quarter of play, 1 minute played. Barnes passes to Paul. Now, Zohan. 6 on the shot clock. Good, and Paul gets the assist.
Such a unique player. Jeremy Sohan can score anywhere on the floor. He does great things for his team.
Now, here is George. Gets an open look and hits.
Terrific ball movement leading to the basket. You love to see it.
After bursting onto the scene as a rookie, Coach Van Gundy, expectations certainly increased for Walker Kessler.
Yeah, and Kevin, I think he's handled those expectations well. He knows who he is. He's first and foremost a defensive rim protector and a rebounder. He's a rim runner on offense. He's a pick-and-roll guy, and he knows that he's got to continue to grow in the other areas.
Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter basketball. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. The alley-oop finish is off the mark. For San Antonio, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Poke loose, and another turnover here by San Antonio.
Here's a look at some stats for Victor Wembanyama. Great showing for him last season. Put up about 21 points a game, over 3.5 blocks and 10 rebounds. Just a fantastic scorer off the bench. Always a factor in every game he plays.
Yeah, look, you need that kind of punch off the bench. Someone who can help shoulder the offensive load.
And stolen by Barnes. And the Spurs pushing it up now. Paul with the ball. George picks him up. Here's Wembanyama. Good, and Paul gets the assist.
And few defenders to ever play in this league have the ability to slow Wembanyama inside.
Here's George. Pass to Hendricks. Latrey drains it from beyond the arc. Hendricks has got 5.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
And while we've got a moment, I'd send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Thanks, Kevin. Caught up with Will Hardy a few minutes ago. Now, Coach had nothing but respect when it came to Chris Paul. He said every aspiring young point guard should study CP3. He's an ideal floor general, a fierce competitor, and he always seems to make the right play. It's going to take a team effort defensively to slow down his impact. Kevin?
Thank you, David. A nice shot by Zohan.
He's looking confident right from the opening tip.
Clarkson kicks to George. Driving in. And the rejection by Wembanyama. Sohan finds Barnes. Paul for three. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
And look at Paul's focus. He is completely locked in on his shot.
And Will Hardy calls timeout here. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with this guy. Colin Sexton, he's checked in for Utah. Jazz trail by 4. And an unfortunate trend for the Utah Jazz stand the past couple seasons, losing the battle of possessions.
Yeah, Kevin, and that's hard to overcome. When you turn the ball over at a high rate, and then at the other end, you don't force any turnovers, you're losing that possession game all the time. Now, fortunately, they rebound the ball well, and that helps a little, but it doesn't totally solve the problem.
Here's George, following the three-pointer by San Antonio, and Chris Paul picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Man, it's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. Johnson's checked in for Harrison Barnes, and Trey Jones subbed in for Paul. Clarkson against Vassell. It's tipped.
And Vassell there using that 6'10 wingspan to his advantage. He is an impactful defender.
Count it.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
George passes to Sexton. George sets a screen for Sexton. On the wing, Markkanen. Good on the three-point shot.
Well, Markkanen's one of the more efficient, high-volume three-point shooters in the league.
And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for the Spurs. 6-point game. Pass to Wembanyama. We've got 1:55 left to play in the first. Vassell, no good. Jazz have gone just a shade under 50% from the field. 5 of 11. And Markkanen throws it down.
So good to see Markkanen using force on his finish.
San Antonio leading by 4. Jones up top, defended by George. Vassell, the pass to Wembanyama. Off target from outside. Jazz have gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. Kessler, no good. San Antonio's gone 4 of 7 from three-point range so far in the first. Jones, the pass to Vassell. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
There's the craft to Vassell's game.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Spurs.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
And I've really liked how they've moved the ball tonight. Because of this selfless approach, they are piling up the assists.
Collins checked in for Victor Wembanyama. Here's Hendricks. He has 5. Here's Markkanen. Nails the baby hook. Markkanen's got 7 points in the game.
And the craftiness that Markkanen shows around the rim makes him tough to deal with.
Jones for 3. It's hauled in by Sensabaugh. Jazz trail by 4. Outside, Sexton. Fires from deep. The shot that time, not on target. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Johnson kicks to Jones. Here's Sohan. Again, the miss by the Spurs. Jazz have gone 7 of 15 from the field to this point. Here's Sensabaugh. And he can't jam it through. Johnson right side. Kicks it out to Jones. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. And the Spurs lead by 7. And so it's the San Antonio Spurs heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. And their three-point shooting has paved the way for them. We come back right after this. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Spurs?
I know it's early, but all those three-pointers, boy, do they add up.
And with each made three, their confidence continues to build. Their opposition might want to change their approach to try to slow them down.
They've got John Collins. Lowry Markkanen is out there with Sexton. And it's Sensabaugh in at the two-guard. That's the group for Utah getting going here in the second. Here's Sensabaugh. His last outing, he had 8 points. You know, Greg, with the combination of Wembanyama and Coach Greg Popovich, the Spurs should be a great defensive team.
Yeah, it's hard with a young roster because all 5 guys have to work in unison, and often someone's going to make a mistake.
We know the 90s were a different era, Greg. Either win the game or win the fight. Remember that? Do you miss that physicality?
Well, I will say, Kevin, it made for some great stories, but I don't think we're missing much without all the extracurriculars. And I think we have a beautiful game now.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thank you. The Utah Jazz last season became one of the first teams in the league to move their games to broadcast television. It's a gamble, but they just about tripled their reach. And with the rapid growth in the region, they have a chance to attract new fans. Kevin, no doubt, other NBA teams are keen to see how this goes.
Oh, David, no question at all. And we thank you for your report.
Now, I'm not shy about bringing it inside. Vassell is comfortable around the hoop.
Pass to Hendricks. And here is Markkanen. He has 7. Barnes passes to Sohan. It's Vassell on the wing. Al Paul, defended by Sexton. And now Utah, fast break. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with force.
And that's how you do it, guys. Ball pressure and then get some runouts.
Paul passes to Sohan. Over Hendricks. And it's Sohan missing. Jazz trail by 5. Here's Hendricks. Pass to Collins. From outside the arc. Knocks down the 3-ball. Collins has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Well, those are the quick twitch muscles from Collins.
Here's Vassell, and they come right back with their own 3-pointer. And the Spurs lead by 5. Sexton against Paul. Markkanen a screen on Paul. Back to Sexton. Pass to Collins. Jacks up a 3. Rebound San Antonio. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Paul kicks to Vassell. This one for 3. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got his 7th assist here tonight.
Well, offensively, Vassell is just relentless right now. And that energy is such a lift for his whole team.
And the shot is good. The Spurs lead has been cut down to 5 on the bucket from Sexton. Such an interesting player, isn't he, Coach Jeremy Sohan? He played a lot of point guard during his 2nd season.
Yeah, Kevin, the Spurs experimented with Sohan at the 1. It was a bit unconventional. They went away from it later in the year. But that experience as a point guard will continue to help his playmaking ability as his career progresses.
So it's San Antonio now, following the bucket by the Jazz. Vassell drives in.
Well, so often Vassell will rise and fire, but that time he puts it on the floor and makes something happen.
Sexton with it. He's got 5. Collins setting the pick for Sexton. Launches it. Collins grabs the miss.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
Paul passes to Vassell. No good on the triple. Jazz trail by 5. Outside for Sexton. And a miss there on the triple. San Antonio's gone 2 for 5 from 3-point land since the end of the first. Zohan, the pass to Vassell. And it's John Collins with the rebound. Jazz have gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter. Over 60% shooting. Hendricks, good.
A little playmaking there from Collins. Nice to see him setting others up.
And so it's Vassell who brings up the ball for the San Antonio Spurs. 3-point lead. Ball finds Vassell. Fires the three. And basket number 6 to his stat sheet. He's now 6 for 10.
Well, his offense is carrying them right now. And even with the defense keying on him, he's making great adjustments on the fly.
Both teams deciding to change it up. Now here the 2K leaderboard with last season's top rebounding teams. In third, the Jazz.
Well, the commitment they brought to the boards is evident in those numbers. Rebounding's never a glamour stat, but it wins you games.
Another miss by Utah. Spurs leading by 6. Johnson, the pass to Wembanyama. And Wembanyama with the flush.
Watch out. Wembanyama hammering that one home.
Pass to Kessler. Markkanen looking it over. George with the ball. Shoots over Johnson. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
Assisted buckets. Every team wants them. They show you're running effective team offense.
And it's sent back by Kessler.
And look, Kessler just has a nose for the ball. He is a certified shot blocker.
Clarkson passes to George. San Antonio with the rebound. Here's Castle. Hasn't made one yet. Pass to Mamu Kalashvili. No good from outside. Jazz trail by 6. It's stolen by Johnson. Here's Castle. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Well, Castle showing his ability to create and finish when the defense overcommits.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. We've got 28 seconds left in the first half. George passes to Hendricks. To the middle, looking for Clarkson. He gets it there. Johnson with some nice D.
Wow. Missed the easy one right there, right at the rim, but came up empty.
From deep. And the three ball is good. Johnson's got the lead up to 12 now for San Antonio.
Love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless, building this lead in every way possible.
Devin Vassell has been on display for San Antonio. He put together quite a quarter, 13 points in all. And he looks to be planning for more. And a chance now to send it over to Dave. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports.
We'll get to the first half action.
And taking a look at Utah, the season is still young, but they're wasting no time climbing the rankings, making a statement with their early play.
And switching gears now to that first half. Big hill to climb for the Jazz.
If they think they'll win with this kind of defense, they're tripping. When you give up that.
And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan as the game's up.
And welcome back to the second half of our Halloween broadcast. Nice game. Great performance by Devin Vassell.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
Yeah, it's not like he's getting everything at the rim. He's playing smart, and just taking what the defense gives him.
On the court for San Antonio, we'll see Barnes and Sohan playing forward. Call out there with Devin Vassell. And it's Wembanyama in at the center position.
Well, the defense gave that away. He's a skilled shooter who you have to contest at the arc.
Vassell outside. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Well, Stan, when the Spurs landed the first overall pick in the draft, their fortunes changed back on May 16th, 2023.
Look, Kevin, the hardest thing for any franchise is to find the guy that you can build everything around. When they got Wembanyama, that dream came true for San Antonio, and they've got the guy they can build this franchise around for years to come.
Wembanyama. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. 6 points for Victor Wembanyama. Clarkson with the ball. And it's Vassell picking him up. Stan, you've been on the bench in the NBA for many decades. What were some of your biggest pet peeves as a coach?
Oh my gosh, Kevin, that would be a long list. But the two biggest would be this. I think number one, anytime there was a lack of effort, you're not running back on defense, things like that. That I had a hard time tolerating. And then mental breakdowns, things we had prepared for over and over and over again, and then guys just zone out and forget what they're supposed to do. Those were things that were hard to tolerate.
Especially when you would take such care in preparing them in every way. It's got to be just excruciating.
Frustrating as heck.
Inside, out to Clarkson. 6 to shoot. The shot by Markkanen, nobody around. Another miss by Utah.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Pass to Vassell. Shoots over Clarkson, and that one comes up a bit short.
Well, that one should be in his wheelhouse, but just off the mark.
And George, here we go, and it's George finishing it off.
Aggressive slash from the young guard. George fears no one when attacking the basket.
Wembanyama outside. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Vassell, the pass to Wembanyama. Hendricks pulls it in. Hendricks has got 7 rebounds in the game. Here's George. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. And now it's only a 5-point Spurs lead.
What a finish inside from George, showing he can handle physical defense.
Paul kicks to Barnes. Over Markkanen. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Barnes has got 7.
Well, with his skill and confidence with the ball, if you put him in position, he'll reward you.
Wembanyama against Kessler. And the rejection by Wembanyama. Here's Sohan. Hits the 3-point bomb. And now a 10-point Spurs lead.
Well, we're seeing the progress on Sohan's jumper. Hard work in the offseason paying off.
And Will Hardy calls timeout here. He wants to talk to his guy. John Collins, he's checked in for Utah. Sexton comes in for George. Utah with the ball. Kessler passes to Collins. Head shot off. Some solid defense from Ingram. Spurs leading by 10. Well, John Collins was a force in his first few years, Stan, but hasn't seemed to match that level of success since that time. Why do you think that is?
Well, I think there's a few reasons, Kevin. Number one, I just think it's a lot about opportunity, and he went from being the number 2 guy on a team to being the 3rd, 4th, even at times 5th guy on the floor, so he's not getting as much opportunity. He doesn't have as much opportunity to play some of his minutes as a center now, and that was always where he could get a quickness advantage. So even where he is now, though, this guy is a very good player and has gotten to the point he's underrated.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. For the NBA, content continues to be king. Commissioner Adam Silver says the biggest issue for streaming services is what's called churn. To cancel is just a click. So it's more pay for play these days. We have to focus on people staying with you and having great content throughout the year. Kevin?
You know, he's doing a great job, isn't he, David? Thank you so much.
You know, another reason Sexton gives opponents nightmares. It's almost impossible to stick with him in the open court.
Here's Wesley. And it's sent back by Kessler. And they recover it. And stolen by Sexton. Kessler in the post. Clarkson kicks to Sexton. There's a screen. Lock at 6. Shoots over Wesley. The rebound by Champagnie.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad shots.
Here's Wesley. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. Jazz trail by 8. Now Kessler. Still scoreless. Clarkson outside. Puts up a 3. That one's not going to go.
Well, he just doesn't have it right now. It's as simple as that. And his team is struggling as a result.
Passy, the pass to Branham. And here is Ingram. Again, the miss by the Spurs. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Outside, Sexton. Clarkson outside. Collins passes to Clarkson. Rebound, San Antonio.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Passy, no good. Clarkson outside, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Well, that's exactly what's needed when you're trying to turn things around.
And so it's the San Antonio Spurs with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. A good size advantage, and they'll look to increase it. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. A chance now to hear Greg Popovich talking to his team just moments ago.
This game is a big boy game. Physicality.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. In it forward, it's going to be Markkanen and Collins. Then there's Colin Sexton. Then there's Drew Eubanks. And it's Sensabaugh in at the 2 spot. That's the group right now for Utah. It's good, and the San Antonio lead is cut down now to just 4 in the basket from Markkanen. And it's Jones with the ball for San Antonio. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Out to the right wing. Wembanyama down low. Eubanks defending. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. Great opportunity for a 3-point play. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Spurs.
Well, they've been absolutely on fire from deep. And until the defense offers more resistance, the coaches are going to keep encouraging them to let it fly.
And you can't ignore their passing. All game long, they've done a great job of just delivering the ball in rhythm right where it needs to be.
To the inside, here's Markkanen. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Outside, Jones. Pass to Mamu Kalashvili. Down low, here's Wembanyama. Bounces high off the rim and drops. And the Spurs lead by 6.
Well, how do you stop Wembanyama in the paint? His size and touch make it so simple for him.
Collins, a screen on Jones. Lets it go from 11. Again, the Jazz score.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Pass to Castle. Johnson right side. Stolen by Markkanen. Out in his own on the break. Here's Sensabaugh. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Shot by Collins, no good. San Antonio leading by 4. Wembanyama looking it over. Misses the 3.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
The Spurs have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the 4th quarter started. Johnson's shot is off. Jazz have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the 4th quarter. No one covering.
Well, it's only his second 3 of the night. If he's going to heat up, the second half is a great time to do it.
Johnson outside from the arc. Again, the miss by the Spurs. The Jazz have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the 4th. Here's Markkanen. Gets the bucket and the foul. It's going to go on Keldon Johnson.
Well, when you look at what he's provided them on the offensive end, it's been an important part of why they're leading.
And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for Utah.
Well, the defense hasn't done nearly a good enough job of getting back in transition, and they've taken advantage, racking up fast break points against them.
And also, they've made it a point to push it off turnovers. That they're playing smart and alert, capitalizing on mistakes.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
During that break, Greg Popovich really had some strong advice for his team. He asked his team to dig deep. He said, I know you're tired, but they're tired too. It's about who can give more than the other guy at this point. Show me what you can give. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Oh, no, he may have gotten injured right there. He's in a lot of pain.
And I feel like we see this all too often. Injuries, they play such a big part of the game.
Yeah, these kind of things really test your depth. Hopefully it's not too serious.
The Spurs making a switch here. Barnes is checked in. Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the 4th. Vassell, and a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Paul's got his 9th assist in the game now. Sexton against Vassell. Lets it go with a 3. The rebound by Victor Wembanyama. Wembanyama's got his 4th rebound in this one. Ball finds Vassell. Wembanyama sets a screen for Vassell. 3-on-3. Here's George. And it's a great finish!
Oh, my. Well, check out George showing up in the big moment, showing how ready he is to be that guy.
And on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you can see how impressive that move was. Wembanyama deadly inside.
What a difference a half can make. As much as he struggled in the first 2 quarters, he certainly made up for it with his play in the second half.
And Utah making a change here. Hundreds is checked in. Clarkson outside. Back to George. Nice ball movement by Utah. Clarkson outside. There's the pick. Lets it go from deep. Vassell grabs the board. And so it's Vassell who brings up the ball for the San Antonio Spurs. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. From the baseline. Utah with the rebound. Hendricks has got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. And St. George kicks to Markkanen. In the corner, it's Clarkson. The Jazz with another miss. San Antonio's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. A moment for an injury report. Now, let's check in with David Aldridge to see how Keldon Johnson's doing. David.
Hi, guys. The head athletic trainer for the Spurs gave us some info. I'm told that he has a sprained finger, and right now, they've got ice on it to try and help with the swelling. He won't be returning to the game, guys, and he may be off the court for a short period of time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. Hopefully everything works out for him. Pass to Paul. To the paint, and the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
Jazz trail by 3. Clarkson looking for an opening. Looking to end his cold spell. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Well, Clarkson looks to score however he can, which sometimes means forcing the defense to get a little too aggressive.
And both free throws good for Clarkson.
Well, make no mistake, this is exactly who they want at the line in this situation.
Ball outside to the middle. Here's Wembanyama. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
That is world class.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
Throw good, Wembanyama.
And really a great job to maintain his composure. How about the body control there? Now he gets the and one and turns this into a 2-possession game.
A shot by Clarkson, no good.
Might be time for a little different approach. His shot hasn't been falling here in the second half.
And that's going to be a travel. You gotta love strong defense, especially when it comes in the form of harsh rejections. Wow.
And that is a huge block. Given how close this game is, a stop like that was right on point.
Driving to the basket.
Yeah, Clarkson very crafty on the drive and earns himself a trip to the line.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. And the second of 2 is good. That narrows the lead down to just 3.
If he hits all of those, they're feeling a lot more comfortable, but now still a 1-possession game.
Vassell, the pass to Paul. 16 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Shot clock at 5. Rebound, Utah. And Will Hardy is called timeout. No doubt he is feeling the importance of this moment right now. And what's their best move at this point?
And it's do or die time. You know, they need a bucket here to stay alive.
Yeah, the clock is their enemy, and they know it. We'll see if they go for the tie or try and get a quick one. Well, they have to be thrilled with how reliable he's been tonight.
And timeout is called by Greg Popovich. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout. Vassell outside. Oh, couldn't sink the shot, and we're going to overtime. And that's going to do it for regulation. So we are headed to overtime. From the Delta Center, it's the NBA on 2K Sports. Glad to have you with us as we get going in overtime. Neither team giving an inch in this one. Now here's Paul. Sharing the wing spot. It's Clarkson and Markkanen. Then there's Walker Kessler. Then it's Keontae George. And it's Hendricks in at the power forward.
The defender did everything he could, but Vassell has the agility to get it to fall despite the foul.
Stan, we talk about this every night. So much great young talent coming into the NBA. Is there one player, though, in particular, who right now stands out to you?
But I have to say, Kevin, Victor Wembanyama. I don't know that we have ever seen a guy of that size do the things that he does. Now, you can say, well, what about Nikola Jokic? Well, Nikola Jokic, first of all, is not Victor Wembanyama's size. And then Victor's handle and his length, the guy's incredible. He's going to be the face of the NBA for a long, long time. Well, Clarkson's one of those guards who's really good working on the inside.
Free throw good. Clarkson. And both free throws good for Clarkson.
Nice work there. This is a point in the game where if you get a chance to close the gap, you've got to make the most of it.
Wembanyama sets a screen for Paul. And a wide open look for Wembanyama. Had the space there, but it's offline. Harkinen with it. Put now by Barnes. Pass to Kessler. Now, here's Clarkson. And it's in there. Clarkson's got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, we talk about ice in his veins a lot, but this guy personifies that. What a clutch shot.
Paul passes to Sohan. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Watching Jeremy Sohan develop has been so interesting. He's a strong passer and defender, but he's working hard to be a more complete player.
And he ends up making the second, and that makes it a 3-point lead. Jazz shooting 48% from the field. Not bad at all.
Well, look, Clarkson is a great guy to have in your lineup simply due to his versatility.
Second team foul.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. He's able to hit the second one, and that brings them within 2 here.
Yeah, being down 2 points instead of 1 thanks to the free throw miss makes getting a stop here absolutely critical.
Paul passes to Wembanyama. And it's sent back by Kessler. Pass to Clarkson. Outside, Markkanen. Shakes him. And it's good on the layup. Markkanen's got the game tied up here for the Jazz.
Well, they needed someone to step up there, and it's Markkanen who answers the call.
Vassell outside. Pass to Sohan. Spurs passing it around. Vassell kicks to Barnes. Connects from downtown.
Yeah, you can tell Vassell likes sharing the ball. He's not just looking for his shot.
And Will Hardy is called timeout. Coach clearly feeling the necessity to regroup with so much at stake here. Here's Hendricks. Outside, George. There's the 3. Barnes grabs the miss.
Defensive breakdown there, and they got lucky. He's not going to miss too many of those.
Paul against George. For the 3. Rebounded by Clarkson. And Will Hardy calls timeout here. This is a huge moment, folks, in this game. And he wants to be prepared. And let's get your take, guys. What's the strategy?
And it's do or die time. They need a bucket here to stay alive.
Yeah, the clock is their enemy, and they know it. We'll see if they go for the tie or try and get it quickly.
Pass to Kessler. Here's Clarkson. The 3 ball. Count it! A tremendous 3 to tie it up.
Yeah, big plays can come from anywhere. Clarkson steps up where they need it most.
Vassell. Shoots over Clarkson. It's in!
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Yeah, for sure. He is just oozing confidence. Thinks every shot is going in. They should just keep running sets for him.
And so it's San Antonio who scraped by with the win. And they had some nervous moments down the stretch, but things finally came together for them in overtime.
Yeah, probably didn't anticipate that this one would be that close down the wire, but give them credit. They were able to regroup in that overtime, and this win has to feel satisfying.
And that'll do it, folks. So, for Greg Anthony, Stan Van Gundy, and our reporter David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. But as we go, let's take a look at our player of the game, Devin Vassell.